Ashfall from the erupting Mount Bougainville in central Bougainville has collapsed a number of traditional houses. Mount Bougainville began erupting for the first time in 11 years more than 2 weeks ago, depositing ash over a broad area with lava flowing into rivers surrounding the mountain. A cabinet minister in the government of the autonomous Papua New Guinea region, Fionela Ruka-Matbob, told Don Wiseman that while the threat has been downgraded to level 2, the impact is being widely felt.
Pollution, I should say, with the ashfall are impacting over at least almost 7,800. That's on record that we have, but there are many more who are leaving their homes because the ashfall is actually contributing to adding weight on houses as well for those who live, in very traditional communities, because that's more like the rural part of Bougainville where people still live in the most harmonious, traditional kind of life. So that has contributed a lot with the ashfall collapsing homes where the ashes seem to be having a lot of weight added on the sago palms that serves as the roofing, and also ashfalls on crops, water sources. Those are basically the areas where they've been directly impacted, and also very serious high irritation and diarrhea on the health front.
So how many houses do you think will have collapsed?
I don't really have the recorded data, but according to my coordinators on the ground, they've reported over 15 houses so far.
And how many people are affected by the problems with food and ash in the water and so on?
Those that were evicted in first instance were 7,800, but on every single daily basis, there are people being evicted from the mountain areas into the care center. We only have 2 care centers at the moment, but it's most likely it has to grow because by today, we received in the morning about 1,000 people now moved into the care centers.
All right, and so that's at Torokina and Wakanai.
Torokina and Wakanai, yep.
Clearly, you need a whole lot more space. Are more going to be open? What's the government doing?
So what the government is doing is we're basically taking care of the people in the care centers, the impacted people in the care centers by supplying food items, non-food items, and the Department of Health as well is working very closely to address the outbreak because, given that people are going to be in just 2 care centers, it's most likely that the outbreak is going to become even more serious than it was a week ago.
Is the volcano still exploding at this point?
It is, but it has gone down from the report we obtained in the morning. It has gone down from level 3 to now level 2.
1,000 people, or about 1,000 people in the care centres, but you need more space, or what's happening to those other ones at this stage?
I think the space at the moment still is okay because Torokina and Wakanai, they actually have really big space that is, open for further expansion. But because of the outbreak of eye irritation and also diarrhea, they're looking at most likely, but not immediately, for a possible expansion. And there are people from other areas like around Panguna as well. People are asking if some of the people can be moved further out from the impacted community areas. So there's a lot going on while the government is doing what it can in terms of making sure that things are under control. People themselves are also doing, voluntary donations and everything in terms of clothing items and food. And they're continuously looking after the people in the care centers.